Welcome back to iHeart Crypto. If you like the content, subscribe to the channel. If you like this video, go down, smack up that like button. Alright, and we're going to dive right into the price action tonight. Alright, so Bitcoin coming in at $24,571. Alright, so, just take a look at Market Cipher here. We're making a higher high on our momentum waves on the daily. That's a pretty good sign. What I'm kind of going to look for, maybe, if we go back in the past, this is going to be a pretty big pump. We're going to look for a momentum wave right up there in about the 78 region, all right, because let's see where that lines up with. Yeah, it lines up with this pump right back up here, all right, so we're going to be looking for that on the daily. As you can see, we don't really get up that high. At the peak of the bull market here, on your momentum waves, you got up pretty high here, 86, 82. All right, so that's what we're looking for essentially. Like, we just think that this is going to be a big pump. All right, so yeah, at least that's what we're going to be looking for. All right, before we come back down. Okay. What else is good here? So that's on the daily. All right. What are we looking at as far as trades go? All right. So we entered a long in on sand. All right. It looks like we're getting rejected at the moment. Makes sense. It's pumped up quite a bit. So we're looking for this to break out here. So let's take a look at it on the 4 hour. All right. So on the 4 hour, you can see we're still in this pattern here, all right? But on the daily, all right, when you do the RSI, all right, your RSI is broken out, all right? So it usually means that price action is going to follow. Now, Doge, all right, Doge was kind of the same deal, all right? The RSI is broken out, all right? We're looking for that to move up quite a bit. So maybe when the RSI hits about 75-ish, anywhere up in here, we can take some profits. All right, the last time the RSI got up that high, we had one of these big pumps here. So that's what we're looking for Doge, one of these big old pumps. All right, it should happen like within a day. It's not gonna happen. I don't think it's gonna be what's it called? It's not gonna be gradual. I don't. I think Doge just pumps. So hopefully we don't get stopped out or liquidated or anything like that. I actually think that this pump is going to happen within the next possibly 2 days. If not, we'll move our stop loss into profit and see what that does. All right. So far we are up in both of our trades. Not too shabby. I think the Doge is up the most. Sand is sketchy right now. I'm kind of worried about sand. We want to see that breakout tonight. If we don't get that breakout tonight, it's likely to come back down. All right, I entered in really late. I entered in on this pump like a pleb. I held it, and now we're just looking for that to break the F out. So hopefully we get it. So anyway, back to Bitcoin. All right. So what's going on Captain BTC? All right. So I hate to say this crap, for technical analysis and stuff, but the moon cycles are a thing. Let's just be real. All right, I'm sorry. Let's see if I have the moon cycles on here. Yes. Okay. All right. So then let's go. Are we on the daily? Let's go to the daily. All right. So we are in a full moon. All right, and we normally do get pumps on full moons. All right, so you got a little pump here, you got a little pump here. It's likely that you're going to get a good little pump here. All right, so on your daily, you pumped up. Let's see. So you didn't really get one here, right? But if you go back and you look, you got a little one here, you got a nice one here, right? What else? Where else? This one you actually dumped. But that was at your bear market, But I mean, you're looking here. You got a pump here. You got a pump here. You got a pump here, right? You got a pump here, here, and here, here, here. That was the beginning of the bull market, you know. So you do tend to pump on full moons. It's insane. So you know, we're looking for that. We're looking for that pump. I'm sorry. I mean, this is just life. All right. So then, what are we looking for? Let's see, what else? You got a crescent moon here. What do these crescent moons mean? I love this indicator, man. A crescent moon kind of marks the tops, kind of. Maybe. All right. Well, that's not what I'm looking at. I mean, I hate to use astrology, but God knows. It kind of gives you a timeline. It really does. It gives you something. So, it's just interesting. All right, but we're looking to hold these trades up until about the 16th. So I think that's a Tuesday. So we'll see what we can get out of them in 2 days. Because I do think we are going to have a correction because this chick over here, I mean, I hate to say, this chick, she's just like spot on half the time. More than half the time, like 90% of the time. She's been right almost all the time. But you know, she's calling for bearish on the 16th and the 17th, and the 20th bearish for both of those days. So you know, we're gonna mark those down. So the 20th. All right. So on the 20th, we're gonna be bearish. Let's see when that is. Right here. Let's make it right. All right. So right there, she's calling for bearish. I mean, essentially, that would be right at the top of our little ascending channel here. All right. So we're looking for ETH to be bearish there. We're gonna have caution. Let's see how much we pump up. All right. This could be a very slow and gradual grind up. All right, where I think that we're just getting like a decent short squeeze. All right, but you're gonna need a correction eventually. All right, but it's gonna be a pretty volatile move. I mean, maybe we can pump up to past this channel. It makes sense for us to have a little bit of a correction on our way up if we do come up to 28K. All right, but here's what I'm thinking, and here's the big idea. Alright, so let's just go to the weekly here. Alright, here's what I'm thinking. Alright, because no one believes that this is a new bull market. I mean, I personally don't believe it myself. And there's a couple of reasons why. One, just the money flow on the weekly, it doesn't really match up. Let's go to the BLX. Alright, so like look at this money flow. Alright. Now look at these money flows in past bear markets. You know, you don't have the same amount of money coming out of the market. Now maybe things are different, you know? I mean, I look at these momentum waves, and I'm like, okay, you know, you got a momentum wave down, and then boom, you've come down and you've created a bigger momentum wave. It could be a little bit more like up in here. But I think that you're going to get a bigger momentum wave. Who knows? You know, something more like this, you know, this time around, in my personal opinion. All right. But, you know, essentially, you know, your RSIs are down at the bottom. You know, could this have been the bottom? It's possible. But you are getting a really, really big bounce up, you know, in general. All right. Kind of makes things hard to see when it's like this. But here's the general idea. All right, look at that weekly candle. That's a good weekly candle. All right, so you know we use vector candles on this channel. All right, basically, you know, there are a lot of shorts sitting in profit up in here. All right, so what's likely to happen? To be honest with you, I mean, for us to pump straight through, I think that would be nuts. You know, I mean, you know, for us just to go up like that, you'd have to back test this and then come back up to there, right? I mean, essentially, you know. But what could happen here? What I think is going to happen is we'll probably pump. I mean, your Stokes are getting a little high on your weekly, to be honest with you. So if you do come up, this is major resistance, and no one believes it, right? So you're gonna come back down, right? So you'll pump up, you'll come back down. You know what? That's what everyone else thinks. You know, to be honest with you, to be completely honest with you, maybe we just have a huge rally up into this zone and then fall right back down. To be honest with you, I mean, that would be nuts, right? Would anyone be expecting that? You know, there's just so much liquidity up in here. You know, all these shorts that are in profit now, could they be leaving them alone? It's possible. But in essence, I mean, you break out of this, right? You're going to come up and hit this resistance zone right up in here, right? And then you're not going to have enough time to fall down in this channel if you want to stay in the channel. I mean, this channel is crazy. What I think is going to happen, to be honest with you, is you're going to come up, you're going to hit resistance, right? You're going to start falling down. Everyone's going to be calling for, oh, the bear market's back on, right? And then some crazy stuff is going to happen. Well, you'll pump up, you'll grab all of this liquidity, and then you're just going to die. Something bad is going to happen up in here. I just don't know. I just don't see the timeline, because if you're really looking at this from a perspective from this, I mean, either you're going to break out of this channel, and you've been down in here for a long time, right? You're going to break out, and you're going to make all new all-time highs, or you'll pump up a little bit and then fall. I don't know, but it's getting tight. It's getting tight in this channel. If you were going to really drip down to 10K, you would have been dripping down by now. You wouldn't be pumping up. I mean, you have another week in here, right? And then around the end of August is where you could fall back down. I mean, that would be a really nasty drop, to be honest with you. I would be getting very cautious at the end of August. And she's calling for it too, this chick. Look, new moon on the 27th means local downtrend pivot likely starts then. Okay, so let's see. There's August. Right up in here is next week, right? So August, right up in here, midweek. So let's go to the 3-day. She's calling for August 27th. So we're up in here. So let's mark this with a vertical line. Alright. I love how I'm using astrology. She's super cute too. Alright, so here's our line in the sand for this pump. Alright, so let's see. So she's calling for caution here. So August 14th. Let's go to the daily. All right. So let's see. So now, I mean, these lines keep getting moved. You know what I mean? Because you keep making a higher high here. So let's just say it's like this now. All right, essentially. All right, moving our lines like savvy. All right, so there you go. So 27.31. The only thing is that it doesn't fill the gap here on CME. The gap would be 28.7. All right, so I mean, what you could do is you could break out of this. Everyone's screaming we've broken out of this, or just peek your head up, a wick, and then you come back down, and you just have a huge dumpola, and you just follow this trend line all the way down. I mean, that's kind of like what I'm expecting. When I look at Market Cipher on like the 2-day, I mean, your RSIs are really split. You're starting to split your RSIs on the 3-day. They're getting split up on the 4-day, right? See, now here's another thing. People are shorting because they like you see a red dot on the 22-hour or whatever. You see these red dots, they're not playing out. They're followed by green dots. All right? And that's because the shorts are just getting liquidated. I mean, look at like you're going to see a lot of shorts come in. People are trying to catch the top, especially on ETH. So, you know, and on ETH is another story here. I mean, I went back and I looked at some liquidity up in here. I mean, how high can we go on ETH? I mean, are you gonna pump to? I think the highest you get is 2,300. But then again, like, there's a lot of liquidity up in there. I don't know if they're gonna grab that. I really don't. What's for me, what's going to be interesting to see is when we break this downward channel, because we have just been in a straight shot down, right? So as soon as this channel breaks, for me, I mean, that's the end. I mean, you could also come out and just drop down. Why not? You know, I mean, it's hard to listen to what other people say, but like, you know, you're in this down channel. People are calling for like the worst, you know, recession and all this other stuff, but like, it's just not happening. I mean, it's just like markets are just going on. They just continue to be markets, you know. That could be the narrative, you know. I mean, everyone always waits for the markets to crash. You know, a big depression, I mean, essentially keeps people fearful, right? Keeps people from buying in. Meanwhile, all the smart money is buying here. You know, they're buying the bottoms, keeping everybody scared. Meanwhile, now they're pumping the price, and everyone's like, oh, it's doubtful. Meanwhile, smart money's like, haha, I'm down here. And then, you know, you're buying down, you know, you're not buying here. You end up buying here, right? And then they send the price back down. You sell because you think you're going to all-time lows, because that's the narrative, right? And then they pump it back up. You know, so essentially that's what it is. I mean, really, that's why you just buy and hold it. Just buy and hold it and forget about it. How's our trades doing here? Sand break out yet? Did you break out yet? Not yet. You moving yet, Doge? Can we get these pumps going on? I want to see something like Gala. Look at Gala, like boom. Like, this is ridiculous. This thing's going like a madman. I should have traded this. This thing's on its way up. This thing can really move. They'll move eventually. They will move eventually. You know, but I think you're getting a good pump here. I think for the next 2 days-ish, you're safe and along. You know, I think you're safe, well, till Tuesday. And we'll see what we can get out of it. I mean, can you get 30% in those couple of days? Sure. You know, they got to move like 6-7% a day. You know, we got to really shoot up here. You know, one thing is on your 4 hour, you're getting a green dot. That's a good sign. You know, I mean, your Stokes are, you know, things are getting tight. Eventually, this thing's just gonna shoot up and run. You know. And you need to pump up significant. You need a pump. You need things to move. You need a God candle. You know. I don't know if we're gonna. Well, I think that we're gonna get it tonight. To be honest with you, I think that we're gonna get a God candle up into here, and then consolidate, and then come back down, and then boom, we're up again. I don't know. Maybe you just get a God candle up to there now, consolidate. I mean, I'm trying to base it off of this chick's calls, you know? A correction is in order, though. That is for damn sure. So, here you go. Here's a good example, right? So, here in your 15-minute, you're unlikely to get a pump, right? Because your Stokes are so high, right? 24-minute Stokes are high. 30-minute Stokes are high. 45-minute Stokes are getting up there. 90-minute, you got some room. Hourly, you're getting up there. You're getting there. So that means your 2 hour, you're down below. 4 hour, you're low enough. You got room to run on your Stokes. One thing is that your stochastics, and when you're getting a pump, can just run. So it's totally cool. Money flow on the 11 hours, just crossing over back into the green, right? You got a lot of money flow crossovers here. A lot of money flow crossovers. And this wave isn't really done yet. It hasn't peaked. This could come up more on your 4 hour. So this is also, by the way, a cup and handle. I mean, if you're gonna, use patterns, right? Take the length of your cup. I mean, this is just simple. I mean, anyone trying to short this market is silly with this thing here like this. They're probably just like, oh, that's not going to play out or whatever. But, it plays out until it doesn't. So, boom, you move up like that. You get a nice little pump. See, what I'm thinking is you get to 26K at least. Right? You're going to get to 26K. Come on, the right way, right? All right, so 26K, right? That's your target. And then you're going to drip. You'll come back down, make a bull flag, but you get a pump and then consolidate up here, right? Make a little bear flag. Not a bear flag, like a rising channel. So look, it's something like this. So you get a nice move up, boom. I'm frozen? I hate when I'm frozen. Oh. Sorry. Hold up. Alright, I'm back. I'm back, people. Alright, so here's the idea. You get a little pump, right? And then everyone wants to call for a higher, something like that till Tuesday. And then boom, markets start to correct, right? Everyone thinks we're going back into, a bear market. Maybe even come back down to here. Nah, you won't go that far down. You'll pump, you'll start to correct, right? And then boom, you'll break out. I mean, the tough part about telling where this is going is how tight things are getting over here in this corner. You're either going to just pump up, break out, and then break out of this, or you're just going to dump. It's hard to say, to be honest with you. It makes sense to dump. It does. Man, I'm trading the wrong fucking coins. Gala's moved crazy in the past. This is a 4 hour. I mean, Gala. Could have had Gala down here. It pumped yesterday. Right here. What's it at now? How much did it move? 15%? It's fucking banging. Why aren't the other altcoins doing this? There we go. We need sand to break out. We want to hit these measured moves. We just don't know if we're going to have enough time to make 30% gains in 3 days. I mean, it's possible. Anything is possible when the market is hot, You're just going to run. That's why I think, here's what I think. Normally altcoins are just ripping when Bitcoin is ripping, right? So we get that pump, right? We get our measured move. Okay? Top of the breakout. Okay? Everything will jump. Right? And then people FOMO. Here's your retail. Right? Right there. Right? Right like that. And as this is happening, that's when altcoins will be ripping. People will be FOMOing into altcoins, afraid they're missing out. Okay? And then we'll correct. Right? Now from there, it's just, how much, what's the percentage? It's hard to say. We'll have to reevaluate, but I do think we are going to get a correction. See, everyone's going to be shorting 26.5. Everyone's going to be shorting this. I think wherever things are at right here, it's going to be a good short. Now, is that going to be what brings you down, though? Here's the other thing. Is that, you see, I got this box here. If you're going to pump the price and you're going to short squeeze everybody out, I got vector candles up in here. Now, you only have to take half. Okay? So maybe you get a little wick above. Right? Let's check out the vectors on this. Where did I get this from? Where is the vector on this? This is the 4 hour, right? So you got a 4 hour vector right there. Oh man, does that hit the measured move perfectly? Let's see. Alright. Let's do this right. Hold on. Alright, so here we go. Right? From the top to the bottom. Alright, here's your measured move. Alright. Right up into there. I think we dribble. Dribble, dribble, dribble. Alright. 26.5. Why do I have a line there? I forget why I have a line there. I hate when I forget why I have the line there. It's probably a daily vector candle. I think it's the daily vector candle. Yeah. Yeah, it's the vector on the daily. But if you go back, right, to like something like the 4 hour, if you're gonna get up there, I mean, you only have to take half. But there's your 4 hour vector. There's your daily vector right there. Yeah. That's the vector that you're going to want to take. Right, in the short term at least. Let's see what we got on the 1 hour. Yeah. It's your last vector candle before the drop. I mean, you have this one up here. Did they take that? On the one I see, they took this one. They see how they come back and take the liquidity. All right. Now you do have these guys, but you know that you can get vectors. I mean, this is on the 1 hour time frame. You know what I mean? Like, how micromanaged are we gonna get here? You know, I mean, that's the thing. You want to do your due diligence, right? Really, I think this is. Oh, see, I'm counting this as a vector candle. This is that's a purple vector candle. What's this green box doing? We got these two right here. I mean, so basically we're saying that they can get as high as 27.8 as far as liquidity goes. Then there's the CME gap. Look, I don't know. I do think that we get as high as 26.5 for sure. After that, I think we get to 26.5 and we correct. I think that I freaking don't know. I freaking don't know. I do know that we are getting pumped. We are getting pumped. All right. So what else? I mean, look. You mark it out in your RSI. Where was the RSI when we got up here, you know? It hit the top. So I'm looking for a target there. All right. I mean, that's on the daily. It very rarely goes above that. I mean, this is the peak of your bull run. your RSI peaked out. I mean, and that was during a bull run. And then you started making bearish divergence. All right. And then you finally, your RSI is bottomed out. You started coming back up and you got your bounce. All right. And then you started making bearish divergence in your daily. All right. So, what I would say is that your RSI will peak. It'll start coming down. People will be screaming bearish divergence. Again, the shorts will get squeezed. And your price will keep pumping because of the shorts. All right. That's why on the 27th, right here, all right, is where, you know, you get your pump. Price will be dripping up. RSI will be coming down. You'll be making bearish div. You won't be getting you know, any downwards price action because everyone's gonna be screaming bearish divergence on the daily. You know, and your price will keep pumping, okay, and then boom, eventually it'll break. That's more than likely. Your RSI will be coming down. You're gonna be probably gonna make huge bearish divergence on the daily. And that'll be a nice short. That'll be a nice short. At least. You know, who knows how low we'll go. I mean, if it stays in the channel, I mean, that could be a great short. So what I would keep my eye on, in all honesty, is this the 20th now? Is it the 17th? Oh, the 20th. Wait. What did she say the pivot was? Oh, the 26th? Oh, the 20th. Yeah, the 20th. All right, so the 20th. She thinks we get a correction. Where's the 27th? So you'd probably want to short in this region over here. I mean, this is the box, right? Caution, caution. All right, and then your pivot on the 20. This is where you're going to be looking for good shorts. I mean, if you want to catch the top, I mean, I'd probably say if she thinks it's the 27th, or probably the 25th. What is the 25th? The 25th is a Thursday. 26th. Oh, weekend dump. A weekend dump. Profit taking. The 25th. So we are going to predict a top on August 25th. That's what we're going to say. Let's call it here. I mean, this is just for fun, you know. Who the hell knows what's going to happen? All right, so we're going to say local top. Somewhere around that area. I changed the kata. All right. Somewhere around there. Yeah, we'll go a day before her. You know? What would that local top be? Look, I mean, everyone's going to be shorting the hell out of this. I don't know. So, like, you look, caution, correction, right? Bump it up. Caution, correction. I would love to see a breakout. Breakout. Get everyone bullish here. 30K. You know, break up there. We'll mark that here. That's a lot of chop to get through. I don't know if you're going to get through all that. You know? Everyone's going to want to short 30K. I don't know if you're going to get it. what's the max pain? You know, right here. Short, right there. Yeah. We'll say 31,170 is the local top before we head back down. All right, we're gonna break out. It's gonna be a false breakout. I don't know if it's gonna be a false breakout. If we are gonna head to new lows, but that's a point of interest for me. We'll have to see where we are. Right now in the short term, all right, we know that we're getting a very volatile move up to about 26K to take this vector. That's what we know. All right. That's what we know. About 26K. This is just going to be a huge short squeeze. Just like this. Just like the move down, you're going to get a move up. And then you're going to want to trade sideways in here to fill all this. That's what's, they're going to want, you want to trade all that. And it's going to be that if you're going to trade all this, you're going to want to hit the bottom of the range, the trading range, and see where it goes. And I would look for support on my weekly, on the weekly 200 SMA, or EMA, right here, sitting at, whatever this is, this will move up, but it'll be about 23K. That might be where you get support. You break that, I think everything changes. I think everything changes. So we want to call the local top here. See, you gotta just, I'm trying to think, right? Because you just gotta, wow, there's a weekly vector as well. Yeah, weekly vector candle. 26, 35. 28K. Everyone's going to want to be short in this crap. There's going to be a lot of trading that goes on up in here. Should be interesting. Should be very interesting. Volume's starting to come in. We got some volume. I mean, this was also a lot of liquidity up in here. Could take a lot of time. I know that you're gonna get a pump up here. What happens after that? Do you keep pumping? I mean, midterm elections come November 22nd. That's when things normally turn around. Look, maybe we've seen the bottom already. Maybe we've seen the bottom. I mean, this is the 4-day. I mean, let's go back. I mean, let's say, does that look like this? Things are different. Things are different. Capitulation. Right? See, I think that you're here. Right? You've come down. You come up. You've come up. And then you do another bottom. How long did that take? We're here. 2 months. Another 2 months. That would make sense. Another 2 months. See, it doesn't give us enough room here in our channel. Unless you come, unless you get a huge crash. Unless you get a huge crash. Another 2 months. You don't have that much time in the channel. You got like another month. What does give you? Last leg down. That would make sense. It would make sense for us to come up. See, here's why the shorts are probably getting squeezed to all hell. Because we probably do have one last leg down, and everyone wants to catch that last leg down. Alright, so that's why the shorts are getting squeezed to shnikes. Ooh, we got pumpage. Oh, we're pumping. We're getting that pump. Bitcoin's not pumping, but the altcoins are. We're not breaking out on sand yet, though, are we? Let's take off Trader's Reality. Hasn't broken out yet. Doge, not bad. We gotta get above this, don't we? Why do I have this here? Oh, that was the measured move from yesterday. That's nothing now. Alright, so how's our trades doing? Not too shabby. Not too shabby. I could probably put a stop loss in at least, right? Move it to entry. At least on Doji. Yeah, 0.07301. I don't know if I should move it to sand. I didn't have a very good entry on sand. I'll put a stop loss in, but I'll do it like a regular stop loss, just in case. Alright, so we're moving. We're moving. What's Bitcoin dominance up to? Bitcoin dominance, I think, is bottom. I think we're going to go sideways here. I think money is flowing in. Check out Tether dominance. Here's another thing that worries me. Where's Tether? Alright, let's look at it on the daily. You're in a massive falling wedge. Alright? And your momentum waves are getting down, pretty low here. Alright? So, it's like, this isn't how things usually look, right? Usually you come back up one more time, and then you can start to trade and go down. You know what I mean? Look at top. I mean, that would be you make a lower high, right? A lower high on your tops. Could look like something like this, though. Right? When was this? This was So this was right before the bull run, right? September 2020. September 20th, 2020. September 20th. Where are you? September... Yeah, right before your bull run. Okay. So, where are you? Tether. Tether dominance. Where'd you go? I'm a little tired. Tether dominance, USD dominance. Alright, so look. Right here, right before your bull run. Then you went down. So, right there. That's going to be major support. Also, what's up with your Dixie? Right? The Dixie. Could the Dixie have topped? This looks like it's just getting going. I mean, you broke a pretty big downtrend here. You know, you're making a higher high. Now you could come down and retest maybe. I don't know. Dixie's, I don't know how you can chart the Dixie. You know, 8 is pumping like a madman. You just gotta think that a lot of these things need to retrace. You know, look at that downtrend on Beta. That's ridiculous. Just no light up in sight. God, I remember this. That was a year ago. The top was a year ago. Exactly 1 year. Have you bottomed? You know, normally you'd like to see this cup up. I don't know. Let's look at the DLX chart. You look at top. And then you kind of see how you kind of mosey your way. You know what I mean? Like, you moseyed your way. You know? Mosey. A mosey. This is a bounce. You know what I mean? Like, that's a bounce. That's not how bottoms look. It's just not how bottoms look. You know what I mean? What about other ones? See how you mosey? Look, bounce. Boom. That's interesting. So, I mean, what is this, 2015, 2000 whatever? What I would say is, I don't know if I can draw this out. Do I have like little circles? A little circle action. There's little arrows or whatever. Alright, well, you know what? I'll just draw it. So, look. This right here on your monthly, right? Yeah. That would be this. Okay? That's that. Alright? Now bear with me here. Okay? And this, right, instead of 1 green month, we were getting 2. That's this. Alright. Now, what happened after that second little bounce? Okay. It went down. So that's November. The time doesn't matter, but so let's take a look at the money flow in November. You were just crossing over into the red. Then you dropped. On the weekly, at least. You were just crossing over into the red. doesn't line up exactly. Nothing doesn't, nothing says that it has to be perfect, right? So in your 2 week, you at least came into the red a little bit. You came to the red a lot of bit there. You were on your way back up. It's interesting. See, you cross back over, and so you've gone into the red on your 2 week. You haven't hit any red on your 2 week yet. Is there just money just flowing into the space? Is that what this is? Like, look at total market cap. Maybe that'll give us a better idea. Money flow in your 2 week. I mean, there was no money flow back here, so let's go to the weekly. Alright. There, at least, okay, so on your weekly, for your total market cap, I mean, it still mostly was freaking Bitcoin. It wasn't like it was much else, right? Yeah, I mean, there's nothing there. 5 billion. Imagine $1 billion. Alright, well, crossed over here. That's your 2018 bear market. Alright, crossed over here. Is that all you're gonna get? Just like this little itty bitty bear, you know what I mean? Like, this is it. This little, that's it. I mean, you can see your curvature. You're coming up. And that was all the money that came out. Three waves down. Everyone's scared to buy. You're in a rising wedge. How's our trades doing? Nothing wants to go, does it? Doge has too much sell pressure for it to pump. I love blood diamonds during short squeezes. They're our friend. It's just not getting the juice. What you got? I mean, you got a W formation. You need the back test. You kind of did already. How's your Stokes looking? Getting up there. Huh. Your green dot confirmed. Four-hour just started. Look, you're either going to get that pump tonight or you're not. You know? I think you get it. You got stop losses in. Sundays are notorious for dumps, though, as well. Let's see what Crown's saying. Crown had some good crap going on. Let's do a little watch for Crown. Hey, it's me. I don't know if I can switch accounts. Okay, so like world's stinkiest fish. Oh god.
So I'm not the smartest guy in the world, but I made $49,000 in the last 30 days copying and pasting. Luckily, you don't have to be smart for it because all it is just copy and paste.
Welcome back to the Eric Crown Crypto channel. Wishing you
What's
a
Crown
happy
up to?
to this nice Saturday morning over here from actually a bright and sunny Helsinki, Finland. So summer's underway, and there's actually plenty to discuss right now with Bitcoin. As I wanted to follow up yet again on the higher term time frame ideas to get the weekly closure for CME, how that kind of influences things for the week to come, and also the major signals that we've been looking at. So without further ado, let's just jump into it right now. As always, I should probably remind myself to talk about Instagram, as I have been uploading there like a madman recently. So you may or may not be interested in that, as there is, mostly trading related content. All right, sweet. So let's start it off right over here. This is the weekly PMARP meme reversion signal that we've been looking at basically ever since June, which of course takes a lot of patience. Obviously, when we're talking about a weekly signal, it's naturally going to take a lot of time. But in this case right here, I wanted to first explain the signal, which is looking at extreme lows on the PMARP indicator, which is this baby right here. So what is PMARP? It essentially measures the distance from price action that my specified moving average is, which is a 20 VWMA with 100 look back for this particular analysis. Not always like that actually, but for this particular analysis seems to work pretty damn well. And essentially, anytime that we have seen extreme lows, which are defined as below 2 percentile, not the expansion phase, but the rebounds from those levels going through the full history of Bitcoin, I'm talking all the way back to the genesis, has led to an average historical mean reversion play of 59%, done over the course of just over 53 days. The reason why I called this one out is for two reasons. First and foremost, we are basically at that average days level for right now. So again, the signal basically started in early June off of the current lows, and to where we're currently at right now, 56 days. So basically right bang on that average. Now, of course, there's going to be some variance within that measurement. There's going to be some that are above, some that are below. This one's obviously going to be, above that mean. But the reason why that is relevant is because it does tell us that, hey, while this rally probably does have a little bit more legs, it is time to be a little more cautious if you're looking at the signal that we spoke about, again, nearly 2 months ago now. So moving on to the next thing, the actual historical reversion play of 59%, that does suggest that we could see a little bit more. From bottom to top thus far, we've seen a pretty comparable move, I'd say, 43%, pretty damn good. Definitely rather impressive, I'd say, for a bear market rally, as it seems like there's a very strong consensus that this is a bear market rally, and I've kind of let my opinions be known about that, but it is just interesting to see that it does really feel like one of those times where everyone is thinking the same thing, right? But everyone's saying everyone's bullish, so I'm bearish, but everyone's bearish saying that. I don't know. Anyways, let me know if you agree with that, if you kind of see the same things. Maybe I'm just stuck in my own echo chambers. All right, so sweet. So we got this one out over here. Again, as far as the days go, we're, wrapping that
That's
one
a
up.
good point. Let's take a look at the Crypto Fear and Greed Index. 47. All right, so let's go back to prior bear markets here. So 2018, it's 19. All right, so basically it started when when was the so February 1st, 2018. February 1st, 2018. Let's go to the BLX chart. All right, February 1st, 2018. It's like right when the beginning, February. Huh. It started right in the beginning of the bear market. People were probably not fearful at that time. So let's just take that into consideration. All right, so we were pretty much in greed, right? And then extreme fear. I mean, where was the bottom? The bottoms were December 2018, right? So December 2018. Yeah, this would be your bottom. And then sideways. So, I mean, this could be the beginning of a pretty good rally. This could be like a lot like this. This is this. According to your crypto fear and greed index. You know? Or is it this? See, but look at the that looks similar, right? So look at how you start coming, how sentiment starts coming down, right? I wonder if this is on TradingView. Can you get a little of this on TradingView? Index. TradingView. Okay. Let's see. I wonder if he's got all the data in there, though. Once he start it. Yeah, see, he didn't start it until... It looks just like the Bitcoin chart. It's not like anything crazy. But if I'm looking at this, right? Look at how we've come down. You make a lower low, a higher low. You know, you're bouncing around. And then here's your bottom. Or could it be this? It's tough to say. It could be this. This is tough to say. I wish they had a better chart. Anyway. So, I mean, this was your bottom. And you've come up quite a bit. Look, you're either going to have another leg down and then this. Doesn't help. How's our trades doing? Doge. Doge pumping? Doge is pumping. Should've just stayed in Doge. What's the matter with me? Imagine. Look at that. March 2021. You just got right to the top. Imagine we held it and just to the top. That would be something, wouldn't it? What would you make if Doge went to all-time high? What if I held this to $1? What would it be? Let's do 99 cents. Jesus Christ. There's no freaking way that's gonna happen. No freaking way. $14,000. That would be crazy. That would be crazy. Well, $50. What, do they even say what the percentage is on that? I don't even know. I mean, I could figure it out. Like, imagine, just imagine. It does one of these. Wouldn't make any sense. No one's FOMOing. See, that's the thing. Nobody has money with inflation high like this. You know what I mean? Like, that's a ridiculous percentage. We're just having fun here, guys. $1. Roughly about 11,000. No, it's let's just say it's 1,000%. It'd be like 20,000% gain on your money. 20,000%. It's not gonna happen. That would have been a hell of a trade. This, you know. I don't even know how you get into that in a leverage trade. If you're looking at it like this. See how it pumps and then comes back though, you know what I mean? See how it always comes back? That's what it would do. What is that? Doge moving. We are moving. Now we need sand to break out. I should have just held. So, I mean, look, here's I will keep a little piece of this. Look over here. You know, you pump up, you come back down. There's no reason to think that people are going to be FOMOing into Doge. You know what I mean? Like, why would we go straight back up? Why? It doesn't make any sense to go straight back up. Nice pump from Doge. There we go. Let's get it, Doge. Should have just stayed in Doge, man. Should have just stayed in Doge. There it is. Nice little pump. Hitting your first fib, I guess. Is that what I'm looking at? Why do I have that marked off? Why? Oh, that's that previous high. People are selling off into that. Yeah, but I think you pump past that. Coinbase sending me notifications. Sheep is pumping. Alright guys, I'm gonna get off. I'm gonna call my friend who I got into Doge and let him know we're on our way. Alright, I'll talk to you guys later. Peace out.